Do you belong with me? Do you belong? You know, I don't really like cry in my real life. And I don't, I mean, I occasionally cry at a television show or something. Or there was this show, Parenthood, that used to be on. And I think like the goal of this entire show is like, we're going to make you cry one time this episode. This is what's happening, you know? And I don't know. So the Oreo cookie commercial. It was like a father and I guess like he was there with his daughter, and his daughter, if I remember correctly, like let's say it was really late and she just came in and it was like in the middle of the night or something, and he happened to be in the kitchen or something. And so she goes into the cupboard and pulls out some Oreo cookies. And he's like, wow, you're all grown up, you know, you used to be my little girl. I used to have to loosen the cookie before you could open it up. And you know, and so he was all sad about it. And then she just pulls out another cookie and gives it to him to loosen for her. And she's like, I'm still your little girl.
Oh my God,
and
so sweet. Oh my God.
And I was like, oh man.
Oh, it's really so touching.
Oh, right? That's what I'm saying. I was like, man, come on. I don't even have children. And I was like, oh man, I can't handle it, you know?
Yeah.
So, so I cry about this stuff. You know. By the way, we are believers. This is we didn't even do the intro. This is Hollis P. Monroe and
It's Daria. Hi everyone, we are believers, and today maybe we're gonna speak about kids.
Oh, we're gonna talk about kids. Okay, yeah, I'll talk about some kids.
I know that you don't have any.
No.
And now it's
None that I know of.
not in your plan.
Yeah.
Maybe you can explain your position.
My position?
Yeah. I feel it's something interesting. I speak with a lot of people, and a lot of people say, no, I didn't plan it. I am not doing, and I love kids, but I don't want to have my own kids.
Yeah, and actually, was it last year or earlier this year or something? I was seeing someone and I broke up with her because I thought she might want to have kids. And you know, we had a conversation when we first met, and she was saying how, you know, she had her career going and everything, and you know, I don't want to have kids or whatever. And then later on something came up, and then she was just like, well, I said I didn't want to have kids, but that doesn't mean if I got pregnant that I wouldn't keep it, you know? And then I was just like,
You cannot trust if somebody tells something like this, so?
Yeah, and so it wasn't clear and everything, and I was just like, I don't know, you know, and I was like, well, I don't want to risk it now, and then so yeah. So I think with all things, I think there are some people more suited for parenthood than others. You know, there's like some women that I've dated where if they ended up pregnant on accident or something, that I'm like, okay, she would still make a good mother. You know what I mean? Like I would estimate, because obviously you can never know, but like, you know, some people I think are better suited than others or whatever, but like, I don't know. I don't know that I would make a good father. Like, I feel like I'm too strict or something. Like, you know, I feel like my way of being would put a lot of pressure on a child. And this is why I think it's, you know, but I mean, at the same time, I also think that like I do have an indoctrination plan, right? I have a whole set of things that I would start teaching them before they had a chance to know that they have a choice in the matter. Like I would just start off like, okay, getting them to do things so that it would just be a part of their life. You know what I mean? Like martial art would be one, a martial art and a musical instrument. I would start them really, really early doing these two things. So this is part of my plan. I would try to get them not to drink or smoke, you know, and for me, it's all like practical reasons, not because I think these are the right and wrong things that, you know, it's not a moral position, but it's just when I think about the things that I think would be super beneficial in life, you know, I think these are the things I would like set as a.
But you know what, kids, you can teach kids. Kids.
It's early, right?
Kids learn what they see in you, what you are doing.
Yeah.
But if you will push them, you cannot smoke, you cannot drink, do it, never do it. It's very bad, and they will start to interest in this.
Yeah.
It's something like some candy which you cannot take till you make your plate empty, you know, after dinner. Yeah. That's something what they will, okay, I will eat this.
They want to do it because you say it's like, it makes it, the restriction of it makes it more seductive to them. But I wouldn't say it like it would be really bad. You know what I mean? Like I wouldn't say not to smoke because I think it's bad. I would say it because you want your skin to look nice for as long as possible. Like, and these two things, drinking, smoking, doing drugs will age you much faster. And teach them that life is a marathon and not a sprint, you know? So like you kind of...
Can you imagine? You teach your kid from beginning that how bad is it to smoke and to drink and so on, and everybody have to eat vegan, and look, my skin is looking so wonderful, so your skin will... Hollis is looking really good. Really good. This will... I can say. I can see it right now. But can you imagine, he started to be 15, 16, 18 years old. He will have friends. He will not be your small kid anymore.
Right.
He will be already in social. And if all his friends is going to make party, and on party, what happens? Alcohol, cigarettes, drugs. And everybody said, it's just now and after you can stop and you can will look. It will not happen. Maybe never happens. Maybe you will never get old or something like this.
Right.
Or new generation will be with some special pills. If you can take it, you will stay young in life till 120.
Yeah.
And something like this. And just to be part of this group, he will do it.
Yeah. See,
you know?
No, this won't happen. You know why? No. Because this is where the martial art comes into play, right?
Yeah.
And to some extent the instrument, the musical instrument. The martial art will give him or her confidence, right? And when you have this confidence, you're less susceptible to peer pressure, right? So you won't be influenced by other people. You'll be more likely to influence other people. So I can tell you, back in my raver days, right? I used to go to raves and stuff and all this when I was younger, many years ago, right? Now, I didn't drink and I didn't smoke, and I thought all of my friends, like, they did a little something, but like no one ever really did too much around me. And it was because And I didn't say anything out loud, but this is what they told me after the fact, like much later on in life, where it was like, oh no, we just were like kind of doing what you were doing, and you know, they were just like, they wouldn't feel good doing these things around me or whatever. They feel like they would disappoint me by if they were like around me like super drunk all the time, or like, well, no one, I mean, when we were going to raise, people like didn't really drink that much. People were more doing drugs and stuff like that. But like, well, if alcohol's a drug or whatever, but like, so the point, the overall point being that like, I would hope that I would help him him or her build the character that would be the influence on other people rather than the other way around.
Yeah, it's what we like to do, and every parent try to do something for his kids, what he feel it's better for this kid. But we have to also know that we cannot protect from everything. We cannot. It's a separated person. We have own thoughts, life, feelings, everything. It's not part of you, you know.
Right.
Or it's not you. Yeah, it's sometimes... maybe I thought, I got same thought, okay, if I will be mother, I will be perfect, I will do this, and everything. And when I start to be a mother,
right,
I have a kid, and he is 16 years old.
Yeah.
I done, my job almost over, you know.
Yeah, of course.
But before to get this kid, it was planned. It was not some accident or something like this. Right. I was married, and we decided to have kid, and I calculate. I'm this strange person which calculate that. I finish my study now. It will be nice to have kid because I plan to have second study.
Yeah.
So everything was calculated, and after I have time, he is already bigger, and I can just go to work and not be worried that my small baby at home with some nanny.
Yeah.
So I will do this job self. And for me, I feel that it's very important to give kids first years of life. He have to be with mama and with papa and with family, not some person, but it's not part of family. And also this grandpa and grandma, it's not the same like a mama.
Right.
It's my strong opinion.
Yeah.
Please do it. Give your child mama first years of his life.
Yeah, well, these are the most influential years. This is when they start developing their personalities and who they are. So it's very important that
and they need love.
Yeah.
Nothing else. No teaching, nothing. Only love.
Yeah.
And I thought the same, that I fit not enough for to be mama. What I will be, I was not sure that it will be really good mama.
Okay.
Because I'm very selfish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you?
Is it? I'm not trying to fight with this. That just I try to keep it on level that it's healthy.
Okay.
Selfish.
Okay.
Not going down or up.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but when I got this baby, you know, it's something just changed inside me, and just like you got all this knowledge how to handle this.
Okay.
So I saw baby first time, my own baby.
Okay.
And I don't know, with some special feeling, I don't know which moving I have to do for to bring him calm, for example.
Yeah.
Or just these feelings why he can cry just now. It was very interesting. So when somebody say, I feel I'm not a perfect person for kids, it's not true. It will come automatically.
But do you think it's the same? I mean, there's a bond. I mean, you know, this entity was inside of you. It depended on you. There was no life without you. You know what I mean? Like, and you're connected in such a fundamental way that you know each other. And so is it the same with a father though?
I think with father it's a little bit different. Because with mama it's very strong connection. Because if your body make you ready for baby 9 months, you know, and just I don't know, it's changed everything inside woman.
Yeah.
And I think from a lot of ladies I heard that when I saw it first time or take it or watching this, and it's just something start to change, you know. Yeah. But what I saw in my ex-husband, he was feeling also as well. For example, if my son was crying and I was in bathroom, and he was feeling what he have to do as well. So it's not like crying baby, oh my God, what do you have to do? Oh my God, please come back.
Yeah.
So he was taking him, putting on his stomach, and it was warm, and because small babies have problem with stomach, it's time to time some pain and something like this, and this something warm, and I don't know, it was natural. It was some instincts, you know, some instincts behind us. Or for example, if we was I saw a lot of videos about daddies. It was so long story with a lot of videos, small videos about how daddies is feeling if something coming on baby. Yeah. And he was sleeping, for example, and baby stuff fall down from sofa, and he was sleeping. But anyway, he was putting his hands to catch it. Right. You know? Right. You know, some moments. Yeah. It's I don't know. Yeah. It's something amazing. It's some deep natural instincts. Yeah. It is coming from women's and men's as well. Yeah. I can protest about this. I can say, no, it's not like this. I don't like to see this baby. I don't like to have this connection. I just pack my stuff and will go my free life, you know.
And this is for some people it's like this though, right?
For some people is doing.
Yeah.
But for them, as they don't like to come to baby, to see it or to play with it because it's starting and they feel it. Yeah. It will start this connection.
Yeah, see, so this is what I'm saying. Like, I worry if I have this kind of connection, like, if, I don't know, I mean, maybe I would have it, you know, and I think we talked about this before. Like, I was with the girl, and she had her 2 sons in the park, and she was just chilling, and I could not relax. Like, I was like, just looking, and they were running in different directions, and I'm trying to keep one eye on one kid and one eye on the other kid, like, because I like, for me, I could not, like, she's like trying to talk to me, and I'm looking all around her, like, yo, move, I'm trying to see what's going on, you know, who's that, who is that over there, you know what I mean? And so maybe this is an indication of how I would feel or whatever, but like, I just don't know that it's like in me, but I mean, I guess you don't know if it's in you until you actually have your child, you know, and see what it's like. But so I don't know. These are the things that I worry about when it comes to like having children. I feel like I worry because I'm also a selfish person, a self-centered person, you know. And, you know, I just wouldn't want to find out too late that I'm not suited for it, or that I don't feel like this, you know, because, you know, like little kids, they're sticky, You know, they smell, they stink, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And all this, and I want to be like, oh man, like, dude, why you getting food everywhere? Like, you know what I mean? It's gross, dude. I don't want to touch you. And I mean, like, parents, they don't care about this stuff. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they don't care. But for me, I don't know if you know, you know, so, oh, you're gross, man. Like the food goes in your mouth. You got it all. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, I just don't want to find out that you know. So this is my main fear when it comes to having children.
Yeah, because you know this. The food on face, it's smallest what you will have when you have kid. You have to be happy, just it's only food. It's really so. Oh.
Yeah, no, I have like hung out with a whole bunch of like moms and single moms. I remember being over this one girl's house and her daughter came running in the room. She had like her diaper in her hand. She like took the diaper off and she was like carrying it in her hand, dripping with all kinds of stuff. And I was like, oh my God, I don't know I'm not ready for this. You know, like, so yeah.
But if it's your baby, nature will not ask if you are ready or not. It's here, and you will do all that's needful to do. You know, it's just some switch in head.
Okay.
And it's working. It's going like it's going, and you are not care.
Okay.
What is in his face, or if you have to feed him. Yeah. Your mission to feed him don't matter. And there was some moments when my son was not liking to eat food for babies. You know, there's stuff. I don't know. Now he's doing, before not.
He's grown up now. He's like, baby food is delicious.
Yeah, he like it. It's strange, but okay. Yeah. And he was smashing this everywhere, also on floor, on walls, everything, and also on my face, on my hairs. It was like crazy, but I was on my mission to feed him. You know? It was some funny moments. I have some funny pictures about this.
Yeah.
But you are not care about this. We spoke with now my friends, my visitors. It's his psychotherapist.
What?
Psychotherapist.
Psychotherapist? Okay.
Yeah, I'm psychotherapist. And we spoke about, I asked him, you know, I cannot, something inside me that I cannot take a decision if I like to have more kids or not. And I don't know why it's, you know, some people know exactly like you, I don't know, I don't want. And or some said, no, it's my biggest wish to have kids and I like to have it. And for me, it's, you know, today I want, tomorrow not. Okay, I have nobody, I have no boyfriend or something, or husband, something like this. Adult, maybe it come with man. It depends of man, which man next to me. But it have to be my decision. Yeah, it's not something like this. And he said, it's my selfish side. Selfish
side. Okay.
Yeah, because it's easier to be alone. Okay. It's easier to be free. Yeah. But you close doors inside. I don't know, some close some part which like to have something, and that keep it like this. It's better. Now we will go with bicycle somewhere and make them round. We will lay on sun. We will enjoy these days, next 200 days. Yeah. And no responsibility.
Right.
Nothing. Just I do my stuff, I do my project, my job, friends, whatever.
Yeah.
But not what is taken so much of me.
Right.
And this not... if I'm alone, I have not so much responsibility,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. You don't have to consider. I mean, you have responsibilities and responsibilities to yourself, but for instance, you can make decisions without considering other people.
Yeah, it's more easy, you know. If I lose my job, and what happens?
Yeah.
Okay, I can live with 300 euro and I can wait to best chance. But you have small baby, you have to take care.
Yeah.
And you know, it's relation. You have to build relation to this small baby, and you have to do all possible and not possible. You know, whatever is it, you have to be for this baby all the time, 24 hours every day.
Right.
Next to this baby and do all what is possible and what you can do. And you have to build relation with daddy of this baby. You know?
Yeah.
It's and this connection between three of us.
Yeah.
It's job.
Yeah. So this is, well, do you... I know my mom has made jokes about this, about like she would... probably, if she could do it, if she would have another child, she would have it with my father again.
Yeah.
You know, like just to keep. But I think my mom is like more in this traditional sense, like I want all my children to have the same father.
Yeah.
And like, you know, so even though this was like after on her, like they had been divorced a long time ago, like, you know, yeah, you have to have these relationships. It's interesting because I had spoken to another, I mean, everybody has a baby now. Now that I think about it, everyone has, and well, not babies but children. And she was saying that like she was definitely like looking at men in a way that like, would they, even if we weren't together, would they still be a good father? You know?
Yeah.
And so this is kind of like her criteria for how she dated and everything like that. So
yeah. And at the moment I meet a lot, really much people. It's men's and women's same, which saying, no, I like to live for me. I like to do my stuff. I like to enjoy this life. You know, this common phrase.
Yeah.
I tell it to my friend.
The psychotherapist?
Psychotherapist. Okay. And he said, yeah, it's nice. It's nice if we have nature. We are just part of this nature. We are animals, you know, clever animals, and but we are still animals, and we are part of this nature.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, what happens? You can do it till, I don't know, till 40. Oh, it's going good. Okay, till 50. Oh, it's going wonderful. And maybe till 60. And he said, everybody have own moment when it's just broke you down, and you realize that you was keeping somewhere your this feeling to have all this, because it's wishes we have. It's natural wish to have small babies, so to give life.
Yeah.
Just that you are living in these kids.
Yeah.
Your this, you know, this feeling.
Yeah.
Did you understand what?
Well, because I know it from my mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When because if we don't have it, it's something it's in our brain. It's but it's not this brain what we have. It's some natural part of our brain, and if we don't have this, or we are not didn't done some, for example, some scientists they was doing all life some research, for example, to find some pills against cancer or something like this, and without babies, but they have this is baby. You know, they are done something better and bigger for all people in this world.
Okay.
It can be like a balance, but people which is just was living, just was doing nothing in life, just not babies. They was like to hang around without no big work or something like this. They was working in office or something.
Yeah. So
in post office, and it will come in some brick moment, you know.
Well, but do you think this is because I would say, if you don't have a purpose, because I mean, your children can be, you know, your purpose in life, and if you don't have children, and then you don't have a career or something else that you find purpose in, then I can see you getting to a certain age and saying, "Oh, what did I do?" You know, like I didn't really do anything, but but I don't know. To me, I would put this in the category of not having a purpose.
Purpose. Yeah, maybe something like this.
But well, you know, okay. So your son is like 16 now.
Yeah.
16?
16.
So maybe he'll get a girl pregnant, you know, and then you can be the grandma instead of the another mother. You just be a grandmother now.
It's a little bit too early. Yeah?
That's right. This is in America.
No.
In America, this could be overdue.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
kids
no.
having kids way early.
I think it's awful. Yeah, in Germany it happens as well, in Russia, and I think in all world. And I heard somewhere in some Asia, they start with kids when girls 12 years old. They recognize it. She starts with her periods, and she's ready.
Oh, wow.
It's just awful. Yeah, but no, he has to study. Please. In other way, he will live with me till his life. No, please.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, at some point, maybe if you don't have another child of your own, when your son has children, if he has children, then you get to be the grandmother and do all those things and be able to send them home afterwards. Like, hey, you know, he's crying now. Yeah. Please take him home, you know, and I want to go take a nap, you know, like, so that's the cool part of being a grandparent, right? You know? And so I don't know.
Oh, we will see how it will be with our kids, because new generation, I don't know. Yeah. I don't know, these kids of virtual reality. Oh my God, online. It's really, they're addicted. Yeah, my friend means that to live this life, it's to accept that we have our instincts, feelings, and be ready to take responsibility.
Okay.
If you just push it somewhere on site and don't like to see it, it will come on you. Yeah,
you mean you push the instinct to the side if you try to ignore it.
Yeah. Just to try to ignore your for example, what happens very often with women. I saw one American movie, not some documentation, American, and about women, which was said, no, I don't need kids, I'm child-free, and so on. And she started to be 45. And she realized that she have nobody.
Yeah. This is what I worry.
Nobody.
This is what I worry
you know?
about. I worry about this too, actually.
Yeah. And she was doing some echo. It was free. I think 3 kids or 2 or 3 kids in the same moment. And so, what I will do with this? But okay, what happened?
She was doing some echo. What?
Echo. Some procedure for. She was buying some sperm or something.
So she found did she still produce eggs herself, or did she like
she froze it or something
she
like
froze
this,
her
or
eggs?
it was less of her and she done it with some lab or some
Okay.
I don't know, it's something possible. They said okay, we have only one chance, yes or no, and it was 2 or 3 kids in the same time.
Okay.
But she was 45, 46, 47. It was already a little bit tough,
And so she had 3 kids.
Yeah.
She had triplets.
2 or 3.
2 or 3.
2 or 3. Yeah. So it was not one. It's 2 or 3 kids. But she was very happy.
Okay.
But what she said, I'm regret there was not realized this, what I need. And no one man was liking to stay next to her. It just happens because I am so proud and strong woman. I don't need something serious, And she said, it will be better to do it earlier.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's tough because
because our nature, our physiology, we can ignore it, but till point, and this point and poof.
Yeah. There was, this could be a whole separate conversation. I had heard this quote, I think from this YouTube guy, Corey Wayne, I think his name is, and he said, you can ignore reality, but you can't ignore the consequences of ignoring reality.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. And so yeah, I mean, I don't know, and maybe I can tell you I did get to this point myself at one point in time because it was what really inspired me to kind of get my life a little bit more stabilized in anticipation and I had this conversation with myself a long time ago about it was a very short conversation, where I came to the conclusion that I would have to do things much differently if I ever had a child, and I have to be mentally and emotionally prepared, that, I would have to do things differently. I may have to do have a different career path or whatever. And,
but what is funny? And also a lot of people said, oh, okay, I like to have kids, but I need to find better job. It have to be better time, perfect time, now it's not. I have I know some couples, they said 10 years long. Oh, now it's not perfect moment. Now it's not perfect country. Now it's not enough money to give some, some special super life for kids. And some people said, we have a complete room in home of my mama.
Yeah.
I have job and earn 300 euro a month.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. It's time.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, I'm not saying like I need to be super prepared, but what I wanted to say is like I had to be prepared that if the time came that I would do what I needed to do in order to support my child or whatever, so this would mean I can't just DJ, like the way that I do it now, I make music when I feel like making music, and I DJ, I turn down gigs and all of this different kind of stuff, and I just don't. I have a very admittedly overly relaxed approach to my career in a way. And so either I would have to go way, way harder when the time came, or I'd have to do something different that was more stable. But this would be if the situation arose, you know what I mean? Like, but as far as the preparing part, yeah, I know you can't. I've been told this enough times to believe it, that there's no real. You just deal with it as life happens. You just deal with it, you know. So. To start with babies without any preparation, I feel it's also not right. You must have job and some place where you will live. Your baby don't need 10 rooms flat, you know, and luxury service. This also a little bit too much, but somewhere in middle, just I feel like this, that you have to plan it. And for example, some friends, women friends of mine, they said, I like to have family and babies, and they go to date some DJs, which just write on page and in Tinder. No, kids is not my plan. I'm kid, and she says she's a kid herself.
He said he wrote it that he's kid, and
he is a kid, okay.
And he don't want to have more.
Okay.
And just to hang over with some nice lady will be nice, and she's going with him on date.
Okay.
So, and if you said I like to have a family and kids, but you have to look with which person you go out.
Yeah.
You know. It's already will be halfway.
Yes.
But for your goal, and
So she wanted. She's looking for. She wants to have a family at some point in time, but she still went on a date with this guy.
With so strange guys, she's not looking exactly to say no. Sometimes it's just to show that you know where you like to go, where you like to be in. Well, I don't know, 1-2 years or whatever on the end of your life.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. And but to push partner, okay, he will change his opinion. He will meet me and we change opinion. No, it's not working like this as well. Yeah. We don't need to change somebody.
Yeah.
If person tell you open, I don't want. It's not my destination or something like this. Let him be.
Yeah.
Don't mess him up.
You know.
Don't mess his life up.
This is. I mean, because there's a lot of lives at stake or whatever. It's interesting being in these situations with the people that aren't on the same page or whatever, and if you don't. Take this into account. I talked about this on my YouTube channel about a woman that I dated, and she told me straight up, she was just like, if I get pregnant, I'm having it. She was like, I'm just telling you right now, that's what the deal is. Like, if I get pregnant, I'm having it. She's like, I'm not necessarily looking to get pregnant. I'm not necessarily looking for you to be super involved or whatever if you don't want to. But she was like, but I'm letting you know, if I get pregnant, I'm having it. There's no discussion about it. There's no talking me out of it. This is what's going to happen, you know? And she's like, now with this information, you can decide if you want to sleep with me or not. So
a little bit too much.
but I think
it's honest, but it's honest.
Yeah, because I mean, it's really interesting how, and you're not the first person to have this reaction to it, right? But I think about the fact that if you can allow yourself to be naked with someone and have them literally soak inside your you know what I mean? Like, why, if you can do this, why can't you talk to him? You know what I mean? Like,
of course.
So like, you know, it's we could do all these other things, but having a real conversation is off limits somehow. You know what I mean? So I really respected this in her, and you know, so.
Yeah, it's I love people which telling true. I hate when somebody lie to me. I feel it all the time, and if somebody not telling exactly, or I start to feel it already, and so okay, what you like to say?
Yeah.
You don't want to visit me, or you don't like to meet me, or.
Who doesn't like? Everybody likes to meet you. What are you talking about?
I mean, just if I see something strange has happened, please be open. Tell it to me. Tell what you want from me, and I do same.
Yeah.
I appreciate it a lot if somebody going open and said, yeah, it's like this. It's nothing bad to be open.
Yeah.
It's best, not good to be like you, this lady. If I got pregnant, I will tell you. You know,
and
let you know.
When we were having a conversation,
we'll send postcard.
and that was the thing, and that was the thing. It was like, and she was like, well, of course we'll talk about it and everything, and I was like, you know. Yeah, we'll talk about it, but at the end of the day, it's still your decision. I have no say in your decision. You know what I mean? And so we'll just be talking basically for you to talk me into what it is that you want to do. You know what I mean? Talk me into being okay with it, because that's what's going to happen. You know what I mean? So, and that's the reason. And it wasn't that. When I thought about it in those terms, it's like, I don't have any say in the matter. And that's why I was like, yeah, so this is not the situation that I should be in. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Babies.
And you know, I have some couples, among my friends, they got babies accidentally.
Okay.
Just something went wrong, you know.
Yeah.
Something happens. But these people, they said it's best what happens, because when you plan something exactly like I drive very crazy with plans and so on, but I'm project manager. Yeah. I have to do like this. For me, it's important to plan everything. So, and because it's just here, and you have to deal with this. Yeah. You have no time for plan, and if you will plan, one friend of mine, he said, we start to speak about, and but I realize that if I start to plan, it will never happen.
Yeah.
And they're very happy now with these kids, with this partner, and everything is wonderful. I think not with everybody is like this.
Yeah. But they were already a couple, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was really already a couple.
Yeah.
It's not happens with person which I met from Tinder first time, you know, in my life. Yeah. It will be not nice.
Yeah.
And if partner is going open and said, no, I not plan in my life to have kids. But okay, he will change opinion. And this I don't like.
Yeah.
This, I feel it's something.
Yeah, this is not a good starting point. So,
and to summarize, what do you like to say?
I think we said everything that needs to be said. You know, do you have a summary about it? Like.
Yeah, what I wanted to say, maybe just to make a note that listen to yourself. Be to realize that you're part of nature and just going through this. Because when you are 45. It's a little bit too late for kids. It cannot happen anymore. And kids is most wonderful what we can have in our life. It's it's just amazing feeling.
Right.
When I got baby, I cannot describe it. It's so special kind of love. Just love, which just eternal love.
Wow.
It's some so special feelings.
Yeah.
And I wish that everybody will have it. Will feel it once in life.
Yeah, you be
minimum.
Yes. Someone that you can loosen the Oreo cookie for.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Oh, that's cool.
So thank you for listening. And we see us next week.
Yep. Ciao.
Tschüss.
Bye.